Okay, so it's about 20 to 5 at night. I've been up since actually a little bit after noon. Um, I'm finally over the hump of the last couple of days of doing all the things. Um, I guess I spent what? I spent the 8th watching the election, and I spent the ninth freaking out about it a little bit. I spent yesterday finishing, well, okay, so I spent, yeah, the ninth I caught up to what I had. Yesterday I finished it and exported it and uploaded all of it. And today I've actually got the vlogs exporting, so that's what's coming up right there. Vlogs for 6, 7, or 6 is done. So it's for 7, 8, 9, 10. And then those will come up over the next couple of days. I'll have to watch them. I'll probably watch one at a time as they come up. Because otherwise the vlogs are halted until I catch up. If I got vlogs up to the 10th, today's the 11th, I got to the 18th. That sounds about right. I got no concerts until, I'm probably going to go see True Widow on the 20th. It's a good ways from now. I think I can get quite a bit done in the next week. I do not plan on going outside even. The only thing I had to worry about were the strawberries, and I don't think I'm going to find them. And I don't really want to go stumbling through the streets looking for strawberries, given that I have frozen strawberries. So actually that's something that I don't know if these are going to be like goopy or what. They've been sitting in the actually that was probably the perfect amount of time to let them sit there. If I let these sit any longer, they'll get, yeah. So I'll distribute those. In fact, on top of that, I even have a backup. So I'm a strawberry fiend. So I am sure that I have lots of strawberries. Miss Strawberry. Yeah. So I'll be inside for a while. What did I do for the? We kind of cut off early yesterday because I wanted to finish what I was doing and then get into the other room. But I remembered at the last minute that yesterday was Thursday. So I had to do the Alter Reality, which was extra long because I had to read Animal Farm from start to finish. I mentioned in the Alter Reality post that I read half of it last week and the other half this week I didn't. I read the whole thing. And it's not a long book, right? It didn't take me long. It only took me a few hours, but I still had to sit down and actually do it, right? So that's that. That's what I spent the second half of yesterday. And in fact, a little bit of time this morning. I didn't actually publish it until I woke up this morning. I'm doing was Alter Reality. So I'm now caught up with that as well. What can I finish between now and the next Alter Reality? I think I can get to Enriched. I think. And I also, I need to send some files to the radio station as well. So, regarding the batteries, as I'm watching this one fizzle out, we're down to the last pair was no good. So I'm gonna switch this out in a few minutes here. The second to last pairing. If that doesn't work, then I have at least 2 bad batteries, and I'll have 1 more left to charge. Right? And if the last one doesn't work, then I have at least 3, right? And probably 4, right? So now I'm convinced I have at least 1 bad battery, or either 1 or 3. If that one comes up, then it's at least 2 actually. So, or it's all 4. Yeah, it's either both of those 2, or it's all 4. We'll find out. No, that's not true. It's at least 2. I sit down and work out the graph. Anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna get something to eat, and then I'm gonna move right over to the other room. I'm not gonna touch that computer until it's done rendering, which is gonna be a while. Like I say, there's 4 vlogs coming up. So, and they're all relatively lengthy as well. So, we're starting a new season, probably with the 6th. I think the 5th is the last one for season 11, so we're into season 12 now. But I'm gonna be, I need this season to be productive. I said that last season, and I think last season was a bit more productive, but I mean, I I keep having all these sort of like annoyances, right? Watch. Like I'll be unable to work because there'll be some issue in the apartment. That seems to be the problem. You know, there was the heater will break or something, right? I don't know. Is this wood? Is it? I don't even know if that even wood. It probably isn't. Anyways, let's get something to eat. And is this gonna be a proper vlog? It might be. We'll see. We'll see what I get done. It's 9 o'clock at night, and I just woke up from a little nap. I'm not 100%, but I don't want to go to sleep because, like, I woke up at noon. I just woke up. So I'm gonna do some filing or something, and see if I wake up a little bit. That's my plan. How's the air quality in here? I don't smell anything, and that's about all I can say. I'm gonna wait until a little bit after midnight and take a shower. Maybe that wakes me up. I kind of expected this would happen. Before I went out yesterday, I turned my monitor off because it was hissing and hot. I thought maybe, well, okay. I turned the monitor off, and then I turned it right back on again, and I noticed it worked. So I left it off for a while. And now it's not turning back on again. I happen to be kind of sleepy. I don't know how to. Like, I know I had it. I know it was on before, right? Now I don't know how to trip it. Although here's the thing, right? I mean, if I had left the monitor on and then I unplugged it, I should have to turn it back on again, right? So why is it that it just... There's something else going on here. It's still kind of funny. I actually think it's a bit of a known issue in the back with the capacitors, right? This is less confusing as I initially thought. I should probably replace. Well, I probably won't actually replace it now that I know what's wrong with it. But I'm sleepy. I'm still gonna hold out hope that this will turn on somehow. I don't know how. I'm probably gonna spend the rest of the night in the other room doing some filing. I'm still not gonna buy a new monitor. I'm still gonna buy it used if I can. And I'll still swap out. If I have to, I'll move the TV in here until I get around. I mean, obviously, if I can get this turned back on, I'm gonna have to leave it on. That's gonna have to be the rule, right? Even if it's making funny sounds and overheating, I'll just have to leave it on. Yeah, so I mean, I unplugged this, right? I moved it in the other room, plugged it in there. I pushed every button combination I could possibly think of in every different way I could possibly think of. And I left it sitting here for a couple of hours, and it came back. You know, like, I mean, it's like, was it off? Was it on? It couldn't have been one way or the other, right? I think the bigger issue right now is that it's unplugged. Like, I mean, like, the power's plugged in, but it's not connected to the computer. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna let it sit. If it's not fixed by tomorrow, I guess I'll have to move the computer in. Sorry, I'll have to move the TV in. like one thing after a fucking another, right? I shouldn't have turned it off. That's twice I shouldn't have turned it off, but what do you do? I don't, there's some filing things I can do on the other machine. I think that woke me up, ironically. Well, it's 1:30 and the monitor is still not working. So I've been just doing some filing stuff on the computer here. What I've done is I've created a linked list. So I can start at INRI 00 forward to INRI 1, right? And then that'll. And from INRI 1, I can either go back to INRI 0. Let me. Is that the right way? No. Yeah. Either go back to INRI 0 or forward to INRI 2. And then go back to INRI 1 or forward to INRI 3. The reason why we're going to run through this is because I'm checking my battery. I'm in the third INRI 2 or INRI 4. I'm trying to see if these batteries are any good at all. They seem okay right now. Let's I'm just gonna kind of run them down. Like back to INRI 3 or forward to INRI 5. And you can see how this works, right? I would have preferred to actually like. So this is INRI 5. Like if I could get like little buttons here, right? Kind of like forward, backward. You see bandcamp sites with links on the side here, but I don't know how to do that. I know I have an image map here, right? I know how to do that. You can upload the image map. I suppose it's probably the same thing. It's just that that feature doesn't seem to exist. Maybe I need to buy like the Pro package or something, right? So we're moving forward to INRI 6. Batteries are still good. 2 minutes in. INRI 5 or forward to INRI 7. I have another pair charged, so we may have determined that those other combinations were bad and this combination isn't. That would be excellent if that's the case. INRI 9. Unfortunately, we know that already that the combination of the other two doesn't work. So we can't fall back to that. But at the very least, I think that see when I did it with this. So this is the second battery with the masking tape on it. When I did it with this one and the other one that I put aside, it was like I didn't even get a minute out of it, right? Some of the other ones with the second masking tape would give me, some of the other ones with the first masking tape would give me like a 20-minute run, right? So I think that the one that I put aside is definitely bad based on this. The question is whether, see if I get a half if I get essentially a half-life out of this, then I think we're going to conclude that they're both bad, and that the new one that I put in here is good. In reality, 1 here. For INRI 15. There's the record. For INRI 1. This is I wasn't really paying attention that much. I could 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. Well, I haven't done this exactly right yet, so. Or 16. There we go. Okay, so now I'm in the list of stuff. We got the non-releases are 0 over 0. That's what I'm calling them here. X and X and X. 17. Now we're into the stuff that's not quite done yet. Okay. I have souls that create. And then the Offspring remix. Circus. So November 98 was slow. I do remember that. That's true. December 1st. And then this is my second symphony, so it's a full month. Boogeyman. And then the record. Followed by then Rejected. And then remixed. And finally and reclaimed. And then, okay, so we're confused after that because there's nothing there. Okay, so let's just follow it back. 23. And then that will take me back to 52. Rejected. 21 is the record enriched. I do have the first 10 tracks of that up, which is half of it. I could even release the next several. It's just I don't want to. I want to put this in order. I mean, the tracks are. Like I say, I just need to master it. If I can get the goddamn monitor to work, that would be nice. Okay. Boogeyman here. Is Teenage Jesus. 18 is Circus. Alright, and then this is the Offspring cover. Supposed to create. And then we've got January 17. And then we're back to X and X and X. And 16. Back to L1. The box set. 15. First record. So that battery life here. This is a good sign. Thirteen. 12. Oh, no. Okay, so this is starting to go after about 10 minutes. I'm gonna push it. This is the point here. They're just draining it. So I'm at 9.5. So I noticed that sometimes when the little battery light comes up, you can push it pretty far, right? So it's 10, 9, 8. Now, a linked list is it's an idea in computer science. It works kind of like this, so that if you need to, it's a data structure, a way to organize things. It's kind of nerdy, but if you've studied any computer science at all, you know what linked lists are, and that's exactly what this is. So we can do some object-oriented programming on my different releases here. You know, that's not a bad way to conceptualize how I'm thinking about this. It's through an OOP kind of framework. Track list, a bunch of songs, cover art, text entries. These are objects, no question. Kind of a basic database program, but that's the right way to conceptualize it. And then we're back at INRI 000. So I went through the first, what is it? That's 25 plus the 2 olives is 26, 27, and the extra 3, so yeah, there's 30 releases there up and down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 4 is 28, and then we've got 2 Lucy's, so it's 30. Yep. Okay, so yeah, I'm 12 minutes in here. The batteries are getting there. So, yeah, now I'm, I think that I've got one battery that's completely dead. I don't think the other one's gonna work. Right? We've got one more combination to try, and I have low confidence in it. So I think we're looking at one that's completely dead and 2 that are half dead. And there's no combination that I can use, unfortunately. I got nothing else to do tonight, so I can't do anything until the sun comes up and I can move the TV over. So I'm just going to watch a vlog and maybe get something to eat. We'll see how long, I mean, whether I'm done or not depends on how long I'm awake for. But I'm no less frustrated right now than I was before, but I'm a little bit more confident. Like I'm not as pissed off as I was because I'm more confident that it'll actually work. Because it worked last time, it's just finding the right combination of things, right? And I can't turn that off again. It's gotta have to stay on all the time. I wish I knew exactly what it is that I did that triggered it, though. I'm trying to remember if the I know I had turned the computer off a few times, but I do believe it was on when the monitor came back. Just trying to And I don't think it was plugged in. Like, it would have been plugged on the wall for sure, but I'm just wondering if the fact that I cycled the power bar might have had something to do with it. We'll find out as time goes because if I move the computer back, sorry, if I move the TV back in to the other room, one of the things I'm going to have to do is disassemble the computer and swap the video cards out, which means I'm going to have to turn the computer off in there. I'm going to have to cycle it. Trying to think of maybe other factors like, like interference from lights or, you know, it was the afternoon when it switched on. So. I mean, I have to leave the monitor plugged in and just kind of, you know, like I'm just gonna go about my daily business of like it might take a couple of days for that one to come back, right? So I'll just have to go about, the process of moving the TV in, and I'll just leave, I'll just go about doing everything and just leaving the monitor plugged in over in the corner, and like I said, the monitor doesn't mean anything, right? And I'm confident it'll come back because it came back before. It's just annoying that I have to wait for it, right? Anyways, like I said, I've got nothing better to do except watch a vlog and maybe get something to eat. But I'm at 17 minutes here. It shouldn't be coming down on me yet. I'm just kind of second guessing. Like, if I can get 20 minutes, is that enough? I don't know. There are a few combinations where I seem to get like half of it, right? It's almost like I have one good battery and 3 bad ones. Almost. I don't know. Let's yeah, I'm dragging. I'm draining this and I'm just kind of dragging you along with me, right? My vlog today is draining my batteries to see if I can test it. Okay, we're done. It's 20 minutes to 5 in the morning and I'm still awake. Watching vlogs, scrolling around the internet. I figured out a way to shut this down properly using the, you hit the Windows key, and then you hit the up button, and then you hit enter twice. And it shuts it right down. At least it works in XP. And yes, I am still running XP on this machine, and will for the near future. I did that because I wanted to just unplug it from the wall. I'm having a feeling that maybe a part of what happens is that this needs a power surge, right? So I think that something along the lines of what might have happened the other day when I might have plugged the TV in and I might have pulled enough power out, right? Or after turning the machine off and on enough times. I'm gonna leave this here. Like I'm gonna leave it on and stuff. I'm gonna get something to eat and then I'm gonna leave it on. But I'm not gonna just let this sit, you know. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm gonna go to sleep, and when I wake up in the morning, if this isn't working, I'm gonna have to move the TV in here, right? So, like I say, I think that something like a part of it had to do with the cycle. So, where like I'm draining. If the issue is in the back with the capacitors, it makes sense to drain them, right? So I think that's partly what I'm doing is I'm gonna let that drain. but I'm also going to want to find a way to surge it. So I'm going to let that be. I'm going to get something to eat. I'm going to turn it back on, and I'm going to let it sit there, and I'm going to hope that by the time I wake up, the issue is resolved. If it's not, I'm going to move the TV right in, and we'll get to moving it from there. Like I said, I'm going to have to swap the cards out, so I'm going to leave the computer off until we get to that point. I'm just going to get a bagel or something, not a serious meal. It's just gonna tide me over until I wake up.